Ymcmb's Moose Gills, a Zerg versus Schnitzel, so a TVZ. So, what do you think is going on in the back of their minds, sending out another Zerg against Schnitzel?
Well, you know, I have to imagine that they consider Moose Gills to be fairly confident and competent against a mech Terran play. So we will have to see what ends up happening, because Schnitzel could easily just switch into a different type of tech, and that would...
Yeah, I was actually surprised to see that from Schnitzel, because I don't remember him being that much of a mech player, but I mean, he definitely knew how to execute it, knew how to push it across the map. I mean, he handled the situations very well. Those engagements were, as you said, so far in his favor, double. But as the game is now ready, we're jumped in, so we are going to get this going here on Whirlwind LE in the lower right-hand corner. Coming out from Ymcmb to face his rough opponent, it is Schnitzel.
Nope. That's Moose Gills.
Moose Gills.
In the top right-hand corner, representing Team SCA and doing dominant mech play in the previous game, it is StarCraft Ascension's Schnitzel.
And as was just posted in chat there, we do want to let you know that Das Keyboard is giving away some cool stuff during the stream today. So check out in chat, you'll find the instructions to enter yourself to win two DOS, you won't win two, but up for grabs today are two DOS Keyboard t-shirts and two DOS Keyboards, what do they call them? Tumblers. Really cool cups. If you go to doskeyboard.com and go to their store, you can see them. They're really cool. So one way to enter is if you follow SC2CTL on Twitch, that is one entry for you. If you're already a follower, you're already entered. And also, there's a tweet that you can tweet at SC2CTL and put in the hashtag. Oh, where is it? It's off the screen. I think it's SC2CTL Finals, right?
Yeah, that is what I believe it is.
Yep. So it looks like we're going to see Moose Gills here sending out his overlords, as this is a 4-person map and it does not force you to spawn in any particular location, so that does prevent some of the quick early game plays. Any cheese or shenaniganry that may be going on, because it's not really that effective, because you waste so much time finding out where your opponent is.
You really do, and I think both players are aware of that, so they are just going to expand right away before they put down any type of aggressive structures whatsoever.
And that's been a pretty good play so far. I mean, I think every time we've seen this map save one or two, we have seen one or two 6 pools, and that was, I believe, they lost. Just because they had to split their first lings up to find out where they were.
But it was still, I mean, I still think that the scouting in that game was particularly good, as he was able to send out, he sent out an overlord in one direction, he sent out a drone in another direction, and was able to, by process of elimination, figure out what the other one was. So didn't delay the links by too much, but just the map is just so big that by the time they got over there, they just couldn't be that effective.
Right, but now Moose Gills is going to be ruling out one of the bases in the lower left as his overlord moves into the first one. And this map is so cool because it has these little high ground locations here right by the ramp, so you can get a good deal of vision with just an overlord parked over that. And until Terran either gets a scan or something else, that overlord is entirely safe. But now he's going to be moving in and sees that there's an expansion there, so not only does he know where his opponent is, he knows that he expanded.
And that is some good information at this point in the game, as Schnitzel has no idea where his opponent is just yet. He is going to be sending out scouting now to try and... Oh, no, he's not. He's going to be putting down a bunker now, which is also a very good decision.
Troy, if you're out there listening, I did just bump my game sounds up a little bit. Let me know how that sounds to you or anyone else. Let us know if there's any issues with the stream today. This is a live event. We are watching these games live as they're being played, so if there are any... little issues in the stream, do let us know, and we'd be happy to fix those for you. A little sound balance or anything like that. But looks like there are 2 lings out now, but a bunker did just finish for Schnitzel.
And those lings did see the Marine enter the bunker, and they're just going to hang out at the front to be able to spot any type of incoming aggression.
Pretty quick factory coming down for Schnitzel, so I mean, this is, as we said before, it's going to be likely just the Hellions coming out. He does like to do that in almost every TVZ we've seen. So you can almost guarantee at least 4 Hellions are going to come out, but the big question will be is if he stays with that, if he gets Blue Flame, or then goes into Mech again, or a strong Bio play, which I think either would be good, because right now, Moose Gills is in the position of, I mean, he doesn't know which he could see.
That's true. I mean, and frankly, in any game, you don't really know what you're going to do until you scout it. So Moose Gills is now getting his gas production going, So we are likely to start seeing some tech come out of him as he does take his third hatchery, seeing that there's not a whole lot of aggression coming out of his opponent just yet.
And this is definitely the definition of a normal build with the double gas coming down at 6 minutes, third base at exactly the same time. 2 Hellions about to pop out for Schnitzel of that reactor factory. 2 more in production, so we are going to see that. And he does have a third command center coming down as well, so very economic plays again. But look at the vision of Moose Skills.
And that's exactly what you're going to want to have. He doesn't have a lot of creep spread just yet. He is getting that going now. So those Hellions are going to be effective in trying to deal with that as it's getting going. They could potentially start cleaning it up before it gets very far. However, he does have the 2 Queens out there, and they are going to be fairly useful.
I did just put up my scoreboard here, as since we're playing these matches live, I didn't even think about that, but the score is 1-0 in favor of StarCraft. Where are these Hellions going?
Well, he still doesn't know where his opponent is.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got to figure out where he's at.
Oh, there's an Overlord here, so that's not going to really help him, but now he's going to pop in here, see no expansion, and not even going to bother going up into the main base there, as if there was going to be one base at this point, he would have seen something. Nice wall going down here with supply depots. +1/+1 coming down from Moose Skills, so we're going to see some possibly Ling Baneling, which, I mean, to be honest, I think that's the strongest build we've seen against Terran so far.
Yeah, it can be really strong, but you have to be really careful with mines, and sure enough, we do see Schnitzel getting those mines. So those could put a real damper on Moose Skills' day, but these Hellions are moving forward. They are going to start killing these creep tumors that are visible, and now moving in to see what kind of damage they can get done, trying to go see if there's a third base. There is not one, and where he thought there would be one, so he can, by process of elimination, figure out where it actually is. He's going to be wrapping around trying to get over there now.
Hey, Ryu San, nice to see you back. Thanks for stopping by today to check this out. You'll notice that our responses won't be as immediate as they have in the past, as we are in a 60-second delay, but Ling's coming in here as the Hellions roast up all the drones at the third base. Oh, but these Hellions are getting surrounded. They're all going to fall here, especially with these Queens.
They're in such great position, though, to do a lot of damage before they do.
If you look at the units killed, it's 16 for Schnitzel, 6 for Moose Skills, so that's a lot of Lings that got roasted there.
Lings and drones, and oh my.
He did get a couple creep tumors out, but luckily the ones for him did go down in time, so where they weren't visible, and Schnitzel didn't want to spend a scan on it at that point. We'll see what he does. This creep is really going crazy for Moose Skills here.
We do see a Baneling Nest and a Spire coming down at pretty much the same time. The Baneling Nest is a little bit faster going than that Spire is, and Armory going down now as well for Schnitzel, so he's going to be getting some more upgrades probably for those 2/2 infantry armor.
And also likely getting them Hellbats.
Yes, that is good stuff.
Third base moving out now for Schnitzel 2 to its location, pretty undefended here except for these mines. They could do a little bit of swing aroundery here, as there is another ramp here that's wide open. He hasn't broken those rocks. Actually, those aren't collapsible rocks. Those open it up more. So.
But fourth base going down now for Moose Skills as well, so he's going to be taking some more economic advantage. He is a little bit oversaturated as third base now, so he is going to need that.
Yeah, we haven't seen any medevacs come out for Schnitzel either. I don't even think he even have a starport.
He does have a starport.
Okay. So yeah, he hasn't gotten into doing much drops, just largely been making mines and the Bioforce out here to defend the front. These mines have great spread, so I mean any Ling Baneling force that comes in here is going to have an issue. Centrifugal hooks coming down from Moose Skills as well, so he's definitely going to be focusing on that Ling Baneling muta.
And Schnitzel really playing defensive here. He's got turrets down. He's got mines spread out in great positions to intercept those Lings. In pretty much every wall-like scenario, there are mines to back it up. There are turrets to back it up. So he's going to be able to hold off against a lot of aggression here.
Moose Skills really wanting to get his gas income going here as these extractors, I keep wanting to call them assimilators, going down here to start mining gas right away, but Bioforce is moving out to clean up this creep here, as he does not like the fact that it's encroaching on his base. He's going to clean all that creep up. The Queens run away. Still not, just medevacs now just coming into production. 2 showing up with the army stim back, and the Lings are, it looks like he didn't want to commit to that, thinking that he was maybe running into some mines.
And that's a smart sense there. There weren't any there just then, but they were at the ramp, and you got to be careful as a Zerg player, as those Terrans do love to bait you right back into those mines, and that can be devastating in an army such as this.
Yeah, anytime a Terran army runs away, you really have to think twice about following.
You do have to be careful about that.
So it looks like Queen going to be coming back out here to save the receding creep. Both players, again, getting close to 200, so, and we haven't seen hardly any aggression whatsoever. This has definitely been in the favor of Mooskills, as he's got the 4th base up, and he's probably going to be considering a 5th here soon without any pressure.
Schnitzel is moving forward again, and it's going to be able to take out that Queen, as well as some of these creep tumors. Mines are going to be walking around trying to find the ideal spot for them to burrow, and they are kind of splitting up and going down.
Nice scans too, so he's seeing if the army is going to come out to meet him, so he knows how far he can advance those mines, and he didn't see anything, so he really got those out ahead of his army. But here come all the lings.
And the mines are being burrowed now, but no
my
those
God.
banelings!
All those banelings go down, more lings come in to surround. Schnitzel looking excellent right now in this push.
And suddenly Mooskill's army looks way less scary, as most of those banelings did fall. And Schnitzel is continuing to push up. He's going to be heading into that 3rd base now. There are Zerglings and Banelings. A few Baneling hits go off, but not a whole lot good splits there for the most part. And a lot of those Banelings were ineffective. More Banelings in production. That Extractor does fall, and now he's going to be focusing, trying to continue to focus on this army. Oh, great Baneling hits there, though.
You see those mine hits from the back, though, did come up and hit those lings and Banelings, but a lot of splash damage went in on the bio army of Schnitzel as well.
And suddenly Mooskills is looking in better position, be able to move those Mutalisks in to take care of some of these medevacs.
Mines! Large number of mines. Oh, nice ling split by Mooskills, cleaning that right up. Excellent play there. I mean, he split those lings up like a boss.
Yeah, he certainly did. Another medevac coming in. It looks like that is a misclick. Yep, he's going to boost that right on out, realizing that that was not where that was supposed to go.
So Mooskills now is going to be in a pretty good position, as I think, looking at the income here, his income is slightly higher than Schnitzel at the moment, especially the gas. Look at that gas income. He's 900, whereas Schnitzel is only 600, so he's really going to be investing in those banelings. 13 banelings in production, hive in production, Mutalisk, so all the gas things for Zerg.
But Schnitzel is getting that 3-3 on his infantry, so he's going to be able to make a push here, as Mooskill's upgrades are just not going to be there.
Oh, it did try and pull the SCVs to repair that turret, but it was not enough. Now all these Mutalisks are going to be pulling in here. It looks like Schnitzel is undeterred from his push.
And this is a lot of Mutalisks. You know, even if mines do burrow, he's going to be able to pick at least one off before they're able to shoot. But the aggression from Schnitzel continues as the Marines and medevacs are moving.
Nice delegation! Oh my god, the banelings coming in, taking out about half that bioforce, but this split is going to have to be excellent. Oh my god, all the Marines go down.
It was a decent split, but oh my goodness, there were just so many banelings. I mean, you can have great splits, but when you have 20 banelings charging down, it is going to be difficult to defend against that.
Now it looks like Mooskills is going to be replenishing that army. 22 Zerglings in production to largely resupply these banelings. There are 2 mines here. They are going to be cleaned up by those Mutalisks, so Schnitzel's going to have to figure out what to do here, as it's looking like he's in a bit of a tough spot. Mooskills getting the army advantage right now.
And, you know, if Schnitzel's able to hold this off for a little bit and he's able to resupply his army and get that 3-3 down and push after that, he is going to have a decent amount of time, probably about 2.5 in-game minutes before the upgrades equalize.
Adrenal glands coming down now, as well as 3-3 for that bio, so this is going to be insane. Oh my god, and the Ultralist Den coming down. Mooskill's looking amazing right now against this composition of Schnitzel. It really depends on this push right now, because Schnitzel is way behind. I mean, Mooskills is definitely loves them drones, man, because he's making them up as these Mutalisks take out a command center.
And in the meantime, Mooskills is expanding again behind that, so he is taking advantage of his speedy units to try and get that expansion advantage, which he is taking. But the Marines are moving forward, putting down those mines, taking out those creep tumors, and just trying to charge forward. But the Mutalisks coming in again into the 3rd base, and this economy is getting ravaged.
Yeah, those mine shots don't even matter on those mutas, because there's just not enough mines to do a whole lot. But oh, some banelings coming in this army. Didn't really get anything done there.
Schnitzel wasn't really paying attention to those Mutalisks, and some Marines did come up, get a few kills before they were able to get out of there. Oh, but these 2 medevacs and Marine are out of position, and those are going to be lost. But again, moving forward, Schnitzel, huge baneling. These banelings have been super effective, even though they're not always trading in the best manner. There's just so many of them that it doesn't really matter.
he doesn't have to trade in the best manner. He's got so much economy. I mean, there's no mining going on in this third base of Schnitzel, barely any mining on the natural, as it's completely mined out just about. And the number of mutalisks, we look at, he's got 14 mutalisks in addition to the other army, and that force is just like, I think he's just using the mutalisks for a harassment force to keep Schnitzel on his toes, and man, has it ever worked.
And now Schnitzel is really having, he does have that 3-3 done, but he's having a hard time getting his army big enough to be able to take advantage of it. In the meantime, 3-3 is wrapping up now for his for Moosegill's ground forces in the infantry line, and Ultralisks are coming out on the field now. So that's going to be huge problems for Schnitzel.
Ultralisks coming in, the mines are right there. What are they? Oh, the mines get taken out before they even get a shot. Lings surrounding the bio army. Oh my god,
and this is getting cleaned up like crazy. Schnitzel's going to have a hard time, as this army almost certainly is going to be going into push now. Schnitzel is trying to bury some mines in the path that he's retreating through. Medevacs boost forward, or boost back rather. And Moosegill's realizing that he doesn't want to engage that just yet. He's going to wait for these 60 Zerglings that are in production as his +1 melee attack is wrapping up, and followed by the ground carapace.
Oh, a big load up by Schnitzel. Looks like he's going to go for the throat here, as coming down the gut has not been good for him, but he does fly over creep in this attack, so Moosegills knows it's coming, and he's going to be well prepared. Oh, the melee coming in! Oh my
and
God.
Now Schnitzel is completely cornered. He's going to have to try and get out of there or unload, and he's going to lose all of this here. That is not a good feeling when you're in this position.
And since Moosegills doesn't really care about those mutalisks, I don't think, he just target fired the medevacs. He didn't even care that he was unloading. He just wanted to kill those medevacs.
Well, he knew that the Zerglings and the Ultralisks were right behind that, so even if the Marines were starting to target the mutalisks, they would have to re-target the ground forces really soon. So the Greater Spire is coming down now, and so we could potentially see some Broodlords. That almost seems, and Pathogen Glands is getting research. He's just getting the tech because he can at this point.
And there is a fourth base that wants to go down for Schnitzel, but as we saw, there is a Zergling preventing it, so he has to pull an army away to deal with that. But this huge force coming in for Moosegills.
And Moosegills is choosing to target this army as opposed to run into the base, knowing that there's not a whole lot to follow it up. And Schnitzel is able to micro back and get a few kills, but he's still, he's trying to get the most bang for his buck out of these units, and there's the GG, well played.
That was a force to be reckoned with for Moosegills, man. He came out with a vengeance.
He certainly did. He was able to get that economy going and able to completely remax whenever he lost any units. The Baneling hits were great. He had a ton of Banelings to be able to do lots of fun things with, and correctly, made the decision to go Muta Baneling Zergling, and almost forced his opponent to go into Marine Mine.
Yeah, and I really like how he made the mutalisks, but he didn't commit to the mutalisks. He made the mutalisks were purely for utility.
Mm-hmm. He did have a large force in the mid game, but they were definitely a utility to try and extend the game into the late game.
Right, and he didn't use them as a part of his army. They're largely separated, and mostly just to, pretty much every time he saw Schnitzel move out, he took those mutalisks back to do some damage, which was really smart. That play by Moosegills was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, he was able to deny that third base multiple times. Was able to take it out completely, just destroy the command center, and that is a very tough position to be in when you need to expand, when you need that economy to be able to keep your units upgraded and reinforced against a remaxing Zerg that's on 6 bases, and you can't get a third. That is not a good position to be in.
Yeah, and maybe Schnitzel's issue was that the fact, in Game 1, he didn't really get much drop harassment going on, and that was largely because of his composition.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not possible to drop Thors all that much against the Zerg,
not so
especially
much
when there's mutalisks on the field. But again, he had the Bioforce in Game 2, which is more apt to be droppable, but those mutalisks, for one, were out there, and those largely shut down the drops because he lost so many medevacs and so many units when flying around like that. And he didn't even really try that much. He had so many expansions on the far left side of the map that I don't even think Schnitzel knew about.
So if you were just joining us, thank you for joining